No matter what kind of projects you have around the shop, if you're looking for some tips and help, it's time for Sam's Garage, presented by Lund International, with Sam Mamolo and Sam Madavi.
We're making some pretty good progress here. Had to do a lot of other projects, but I'm back on this. This is our March pulley and bracket setup with all our tough stuff. AC compressor, high output alternator, power steering pump, all done in their new factory cast plus finish, including the water pump. Again, it's all brand new. Now, when you put this stuff on, there's a couple things. Like I said last week, got a lot of stainless steel going into aluminum. Got all different kinds of threads. Make sure you get some anti-seize compound and put it on there. Now, I left this alternator loose. We've got our water pump pulley on. This is all serpentine belt. This is a reverse rotation pump. Here's our power steering pump. Got the nipples right here. Now on your AC compressor, you're gonna get the manifold that bolts on here. Got two special bolts for your lines to hook up. Don't put that on till you're ready. This is all sealed up. Don't put it on till you're ready to hook up and evacuate your system, pull a vacuum on it. Otherwise, you're gonna build moisture up there. Also, this is a 92 GT motor. We had to put a later model timing cover on it, 95 Mustang, and it's gonna get a timing pointer right here, bolts on. And it's slotted, so we can adjust it. I'll do that. I'll take a dial indicator, get top dead center, index it to the pulley. That way I know we're getting in the right place. All right, now, again, everything the Tough Stuff makes is made in America, by Americans. That's what I really like. They've done a great job over at March with these brackets. Now, there's also a diagram in the instructions to follow. The easiest way to put the belt on, put the belt over all of the groove pulleys, and the back side of the belt's going to drive the water pump. Now you notice there's no spring-loaded tensioner. I got another bolt I got to put in here. Okay. Okay, now when you put these bolts in, following the instructions, measuring bolt, they're a little long, and there's a reason for that. This is a tool that comes with the kit, and this is how you tension it. You notice there's no spring tensioner. Okay. This is a set of turnbuckles. And you just take this, you've got your bottom bolts loose, there's bolts on the back, there's brackets for the back of the alternator and the back of the compressor. You just take that, tighten it up, tension your V-belt. They give you the dimensions in the kit for the V-belt. You get the right tension on it. You sock everything down, double check your work, make sure everything's tight. And there, Tough Stuff's got a really good setup. AC, high power alternator, power steering pump, reverse rotation water pump. This thing is ready to go in the car.
Sam's Garage, presented by Lund International, is being brought to you by Low Car Performance Products. Quality, plain and simple. Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener. Brothers Truck Parts, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GM truck restoration. Tonneau Pro, quality, versatility, affordability. Get covered with Tonneau Pro. Rod End Supply, we don't just sell them, we race them. Welcome to the Brothers Truck Parts Workshop.
All right, one of the things we're going to do today here in the Brothers Truck Parts Workshop, change a glass, a windshield. Now in these early cars, it doesn't matter if it's a Chevrolet or a GM, Ford, Dodge, it goes all the way back to the 40s. They're not glued in like the new cars with urethane where they're part of the structure. These trucks and cars were really pretty rugged. It's got a locking rubber that locks the glass in, and freshening up the windshield, getting rid of all the sand pits and stuff so you can see out of it. It's a great way to go. This is Madavi's 67 C10. We cut the thing last year. We made a short bed out of it. This is going to get a complete LS Corvette driveline. So we're going to freshen the glass.
You know, this can be an overwhelming task that they want to ship off to somebody else, but quite honestly, this is something you can do yourself. I got a fiber stick here. I'm just going to use it to kind of pry this window loose. I'm using an open hand here on the glass so I don't break it by using some pinpoint pressure like using a fist or something. And I'm just going to slowly pry this away from the body as I put a little pressure on the glass with my hand. And if you can make sure that I don't push this all the way out.
I'm doing it. Make sure you have a buddy, somebody on the outside, because this thing can take off on you.
All right, lift it up. And this is an old clothesline I've been using for years. And I got an end of an old caulking gun on here. As a matter of fact, I brought you one as a gift.
Oh, awesome.
You're gonna want that when you see how easy this works. So we're gonna stick our rope in the channel, and we're just gonna simply slide this down the channel.
I got it.
And around the corner.
That's unbelievable. And I have spent really an hour trying to tuck it in there and struggling with it. What a great tip.
We're gonna cross these over by about an inch.
Right. Okay. Then we'll just lay them over here and tape them. If you have the stainless steel moldings that go on the outside, the dress-up moldings, which this truck probably had originally, you want to do this at the top of the glass. Okay. Now, when you do this setup on these particular glasses, put the top up in here first, then gently lay it on the bottom. If you put the bottom first, you're going to be fighting with this.
So what I'm gonna do here for the guys at home, this is best practice, is to peel your rope in one direction, about 8 or 10 inches. Put some pressure on there for me.
I'm putting pressure. My hand is open. You don't want
to go. Lips starting to come up.
There you go.
Now I got my pick here. I'm gonna make sure that this rubber comes all the way on, and I can feel it coming on.
Oh yeah.
And you can probably feel it pressing down there. Well, we're gonna go about 10 inches. And once we get about 10 inches, we're gonna stop and go the other direction 10 inches.
Nice job.
All right. And we'll just keep working back and forth, about 10 inches at a time.
And while he's doing that, I want to make sure this outside lip doesn't roll under.
I'm gonna stop here, right here in the corner. As I come up the side, I'm gonna push down here. Just make sure I'm getting that full lip of rubber over the pinch weld in the truck. And then a lot of times guys make mistakes up here. They'll just pull this and tear the rubber. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make small circles towards the corner as we pull. And that's gonna just kind of pull the rubber around and into the corner. So you see what I'm doing? Just continuing with the circular motion all the way around.
Nice finishing touch, always clean it up. Now these things can go pretty easy, or they can be a struggle. Just take your time, be patient. We gave you some good tips today. This is probably the easiest one I've done. What do you think?
Well, I think it went pretty smoothly.
Yep. Nice job. Let's go get a cold one and put it on Jim's tab.
I'm with you.
This is the DS18 Project Supra.
Well, Diego, it looks like you got that covered. I'm here with Rob and Diego, and today we're going to be installing our door panels with the finished speaker. Now, I see that you've already installed the DS18 sound deadening material, the same sound deadening material that we put under the hood, correct?
Yes. We installed them in both doors, you know, getting better results out of the speaker.
And what exactly? It does give you better results out of the speaker, but why?
It actually isolates all the noise from outside and the vibrations that are going to go through the door.
Absolutely, and you guys can hear it by just knocking the outside skin of the door. You can hear the solidness of the door, and then when you close it, you can feel and hear how solid that little piece makes this entire door. It's very impressive. Now this is awesome. What kind of speaker are you putting in this thing, Rob?
We're actually putting a DS18 EXL series mid-ranges, which this mid-range actually gives you all the full range frequencies response.
Really?
You can actually listen to mid-bass, mid-highs, and that high pitch people like to hear in their car.
All from one speaker?
All out of one speaker. This is actually the 6.5-inch ones, and in the rear deck, we actually installed the 8-inch. So we have these available in 6.5 and 8-inch.
That is awesome. What kind of volume do you get out of these speakers?
Remember, this is a mid-range speaker with sound quality components. So it's loud, and it also handles a lot of power.
And a lot of mid-bass, correct?
Yeah, mid-bass, mid-highs. It's also neo-magnet motors. So
I remember back in the day, we used to have to separate the two to get the both frequencies, and you guys at DS18 have combined it into one unit, which is very impressive.
Exactly, one unit, and this is the best full-range speaker out in the market right now.
That is awesome. Well, there you go, guys. When you want the best quality out of your speakers and the best sound, and you like it loud, make sure you check out DS18. I'm here with Luke and the boys from Sticker Dude, and they are wrapping this Supra for PK, and they're doing a phenomenal job. What are you guys doing right now?
Right now we're placing the rear bumper, doing this as a seamless piece with the Arlon Deep Ocean Blue. Right now what we're trying to do is just essentially get it, I guess you can call it stenciling it out, getting it placed so we know exactly where we're going to lay our cuts and be able to drop it down inside the license plate hole in a seamless fashion.
Now you guys have been doing this for a long time, isn't that right?
Yeah, 27 years.
And what kind of warranty do you give folks?
Every job that we do comes with a 5-year warranty.
That is absolutely awesome. I love this stripe that you're going to be finishing off that side with. And you guys are doing an awesome job. The fact that this back is one piece, no seam, you guys, it is absolutely incredible.
Get some heat.
Here in a second, yeah. Now, Luke, what kind of material do you guys use on this?
This vehicle right here is actually a mix. We're using Arlon's, it's called Deep Ocean Blue, and the white is actually called it's Avery's Diamond White. Both great materials.
What's this light do? What are you guys doing with the light?
This is an infrared heater. What it does, it gives it a nice even stretch throughout the whole top over here.
You know, it's amazing seeing you guys work this magic, as I call it, because I look at it and I see this big fat sticker, and I see, in my opinion, that it's pretty unmanageable, but you guys work it like it's nothing.
Well, in 27 years, we've seen material evolve. You know, wrapping, I would say, really started to come more and more into play back in, started more around 2005 as it got bigger and bigger. The last few years, it's really come about. The materials have changed like nothing we ever expected. I mean, it was die cuts, stickers, as you would know back in the day.
And you can see a bunch of seams and lines.
All over the place. Now with the air release technology and the liners, every manufacturer is making changes over and over and over. The material gets better and better. It's almost impossible to get a bubble. And once we get this outside, I mean, these colors are going to pop like nothing before. After we did a couple of pieces, we tuck them outside to look at them. Just awesome.
You guys, it is absolutely worth it to go up to someone who's been doing this as long as Luke and their guys have, because you get the quality, you get the warranty, and it's definitely worth the drive to go up there, get your car wrapped one time, not have to do it twice, and then you got a great finished product, looks like paint, and it's absolutely seamless. Sticker Dude, check them out.
And if I had a big truck, I could be loading all this stuff up from Seamer and taking it home. I'm in the American Innovative Manufacturing booth. This is Sam Palmer. They have Mig Welder. This is a pulse Mig Welder. You can take it out in the desert and weld. You don't need to plug it in. So how long can you weld?
This machine, if you're welding automotive size steel, you could weld all day long. If you're welding 1/4 inch steel, it'll get you about 500 inches of weld.
And it's capable of almost 300 amps. Now, these things are great. You can plug them in at 110 and charge them and run them all day long in a production shop, but you can roll it out in your driveway and weld out there. Tell me about this. This looks pretty neat.
Yeah, well, what it is it's we call it our HPM 300 multi-torch, and it's what every single body shop needs because it's got 2 torches and a spool gun. All you have to do is grab your red, your blue, or your spool gun, and it'll weld steel, silicon bronze, or aluminum.
Okay. In the spool gun, you can put the steel wire in here.
Correct.
You can put the aluminum wire in here. It's portable. It's got a place for both bottles, your argon and your argon CO2 mix. And again, this will weld all day long.
All day long.
Without being plugged in. This is a great way to go. Body shop, if you're a fabricator, you build the motorcycles, if you're just a neighborhood welder, American Innovative Manufacturing, they got great MIG welders, total portability, runs on 110. It's a great way to go. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sam's Garage, presented by Lund International, has been brought to you by DS18. We like it loud. Appalachian tourism. Virginia is for lovers. Stampede Automotive Accessories. Deflect it, protect it, experience it with Stampede Automotive Accessories. H&M Saw, the saw that cuts straight. KBS Coatings. Rust stops here.
All right, what we've got is a customer with a 2017 Crew Cab Silverado 1500, got a 5.3 in it, and he wants an exhaust upgrade, so we went to our friends at Flowmaster. Flowmaster is a leader in the development, design, and manufacturing of exhaust systems. They got more numbers than anybody in the business. SUVs, imports, domestic, cars, trucks, they've got it all. And this system here is nice. This is 409 stainless, and this is a 3-inch pipe. This is their Super 40 muffler. It's got a 3-inch inlet, dual 2.5-inch outlets, and of course you got every configuration comes in the kit. You can do it any way you want. Both out one side, one out each side. You get all the polyurethane hangers, you get all the clamps, you get the hardware, everything's precision welded, and they finish it off with these polished stainless 3.5-inch Flowmaster tips. This is an easy to install system that's going to look good and sound good. They got 4 different sound levels. This is a moderate level. Whatever the sound is, Flowmaster can give it to you.
It's time for the Lund International Custom Shop.
All right, guys, we are here with Barry from Lund, and we're going to be installing a brand new tri-fold tonneau cover. Tell us a little about this before we install it.
Well, what I have here is the Lund Genesis Elite tri-fold tonneau cover. This top is available in 2 different finishes. We have a vinyl, but the one I have here is the Elite. And when we get this top open, I'll be able to point out some of the merits of this fabric that you're really going to love.
That's awesome.
Before we do that, I do want to point out this top is constructed. All of the aluminum is a 60-63. It really gives the best of both worlds. You're going to get strength and weight ratio, and you're also going to get nice injection molded components, so it has a really good finish and a lasting performance.
Tell us about the coating on the
The one thing that's nice about this coating, it's a black polyester liquid coated frame, and we found that that's a little bit better than a powder coated frame, because this top is designed to open and be transported in an open position. So this is going to be exposed to UV at times, and when that happens, if you use a black powder coated finish, sometimes you're going to get a little bit of a chalking to the finish, and we don't want to see that. So the black polyester is definitely a better coating.
It looks new for a longer period of time.
Yeah, and you'll be amazed at how lightweight it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this picked up, spun around, and you can help me get it aligned.
Now, even though it's easy to install, you guys do want to take a moment and do the most important portion, which is to make sure it is completely square on the bed of the truck before you clamp it down in place, okay?
So I see you hopped up on that bed step. And what we're going to do is we're going to want to come right over here to that first rib. Okay. And I'm about the same even on this point. You just want to have a nice flush fit all the way across. Okay. We have bulb seals around the edges, and that's going to help give it a good weather-tight finish.
All right. So we can go ahead and unsnap
Just
these.
a simple transport clip that we're going to open, and we're going to slide the top back. All right. The first thing we're going to want to do is just make sure that everything's lined up properly. Okay. And you're going to check the fit on the front. You good up there?
Yeah, we're good over here.
All right, good. So I'm going to fold it back, and then, now that we're clear on the alignment, and I'm going to go ahead and engage this first clamping system on the front.
Okay.
It's a simple operation. You just pull that down, you line it over, take it to the bed, and secure it. I'm going to do the same on this other side.
And they are adjustable. You can screw them in and out to get the tension correct when you guys are clamping this thing down.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we do want to point out is that these shouldn't be too tight. We want them good and snug, but not too tight.
Exactly.
People think that for whatever reason, when they're mounting this on a truck that's going to be going down highway speeds, they need to get these things super tight. And actually what you can do is overstress the frame. So you want them good and snug, but not over tight.
Yeah, that's a great point.
So we're going to bring it back, make sure it's aligned properly. Another thing to point out, and you'll see it in a minute, is that this top it can be operated in both the open and closed position. You don't have to close the tailgate in any particular sequence. A lot of tops, you're going to have to close the tailgate first and then bring the top down. Yep. This will open and close in any sequence.
That's awesome. So gives you easy access and full protection.
Yep, and I'm going to bring that over and I'm going to line it up, clip it, and you see how easy it is to just line it up.
Okay, we're going to do a good visual down the rails and make sure that we are in fact square. And you want to do a visual here at the front because there's a curve in the bed. You want to make sure the middle is flush and we'll be good to go.
Looks good to me. What do you think?
We did a good job, Barry.
All right, you want to close that tailgate and see how it seals up? All right, good.
That is nice.
So one thing I want to point out about this twill, this is a Hart's twill weave fabric, and it's infinitely better than vinyl for a lot of reasons, but I like to point out 3. In particular, the one thing that's nice about this top is it's going to literally repel water, dirt,
debris, dust, UV, mold, and mildew. The other thing that's nice about it is that it doesn't require any special cleaners. You don't have to use special cleaners to clean the top and or seal the top. And the last thing I like to point out is that to clean it is simple as just hosing it off.
That's awesome.
You know what that means?
Yep.
More time in the truck.
More time in the truck, less time doing the dirty work.
Absolutely. So what do you think? Good clean
Absolutely
top,
cool.
low profile, aerodynamic?
Very functional and
I
very
like it.
easy to remove for anybody who may have had a gooseneck or a fifth wheel in the bed, wants to remove this.
Absolutely. And it's just as simple as opening the tailgate, releasing the backs, taking it all the way to the front, clipping it in the transport position, and off-road you go.
Very cool. Well,
And if
there
you do
go.
need full bed access, you saw how lightweight it is. You just easily remove the top and take it away.
Absolutely. Very cool, easy to store as well.
So Sam, I just want to make sure that you know how to put this into the transport position. It's really easy to do, but there's a couple of steps I just want to point out. So we're going to loosen the clamp from both sides and move that in. And we're going to take it into the up position. If you'll just hold that right there. I'll hop up on my bed step. What you're going to want to do is get this clamp all the way over into a lock position and make sure it's flush to the top. You'll feel that little compression fit on that side and get the same over on this side. And what that's going to do is make sure that this isn't protruding up through your top in a folded position. We'll take it all the way to the front.
A little bit of damage.
And then we're going to just lock our transport clips. Make sure everything's good and snug. You can feel the tops in a nice lockdown position and you're fully ready to go in a transport position.
And it's not
Easy as
going
that.
anywhere. So let's go ahead and fold it back up,
Okay.
close it up, and go fishing. What do you think about that?
I'm ready. So all we need is the gear and we can get out of here.
I've had beer in the cab this whole time.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
All right, put that over in the lock position, slide it in.
Nice and easy.
Simple as that.
Close the tailgate.
Ready
Look
to
how
go.
good that
Everything's secure and protected from the weather and the elements. Let's go.
Very cool. All right, well, thank you guys for making the Plain Jane Supra look so awesome. You guys did a great job, and I can't wait for you to come back next season and work with us again.